is that we're playing in? Are we in Wembley Stadium here?
We're in the Call for Help Hall.
Call for Help Hall. We got Dave MENIKETTI here from Y&T, and he's showing us how musicians, pros even now, are using standard PCs and standard software to do their music. Now, of course, some of this stuff is not standard, like the M-Audio sound card, but you could do a lot of this stuff with your existing home PC.
Absolutely.
And this software, of course, is off-the-shelf software, Cubase.
Right.
So is this a multi-track recording program?
It is indeed. And you want to use this for just about anything that you want to do, including, coming up with ideas. In fact, typically what I do when I'm songwriting for a new record, I'll just open up a track for the vocal and a track for my guitar, and I'll be sitting in my studio by myself, and I'll just be recording myself and coming up with ideas on the spot.
And if you like it, you got it.
If I like it, I've got it, exactly. And I know how to access it real quickly, and I can add drums and bass to it later or whatever I want to do.
Now, you play all the instruments on here?
I don't. In this particular instance, I have my band playing with me. What we've got up here, all this gray stuff, this is all the drums. I've got,
look at that.
everything separate.
So you mic each drum separately.
A snare, a hat, and exactly.
You can also use a program, and I know you do, like Acid. It's called Acid, that allows you to kind of take other people's sampled music and put it in. So you could use that to kind of try ideas as well.
I use Acid a lot, actually, for songwriting. It's a great idea.
You don't need to bring the band in.
Exactly, yeah. You've got samples of drums, bass, keyboards, anything that you want, and you can start crafting a song before you even play a note.
What's the name of this song?
This one's called Storm. And
so this is is this down here at the bottom? That's the guitar solo?
This is the guitar solo, and what I thought I'd do is I'd show how you can use this once you've got your basic track. When they say basic track, they mean bass and drums, basically, is what they mean.
Rhythm in the background.
The rhythm in the background. Yeah. And this is how most records are done. And then after that, everybody comes in and they put their parts over the top of it.
That's typically how it's done. They lay down the bass and drum, and then one at a time, each musician comes in.
That's right. It's like, oh, it's bass day. He's going to go through do all those bass again. Okay, now it's guitar day. Now it's vocals and background vocals and so on and so forth. So you come in, and the great thing about doing it with this type of software is, and it's also a bad thing. It's a good and a bad. It depends on how much you overuse it, I should say, is the fact that you can just keep going over and over and trying a bunch of different takes.
Change it.
And they can do what's called comping. In other words, if I did 10 takes of one song singing. They go in there now, and they've got all 10 takes lined up, and you can, like, I'll take just this word from this take, this word from that, and you just make this one performance out of it.
Saves you time.
It does.
Can you also change the tempo? Can you change the key? You can do all of that, too.
You can. You can even slip things in, like if somebody played it maybe a little faster than it should be, you can just take that one thing and compact it in size. I mean, it's really what we used to think was a cheater way of doing it, but if you're a real musician, you want to get your soul in it.
It saves you some time.
You want to get your soul in it
first. You want to get it right, yeah. Well, but that's why sometimes bands nowadays can't perform live, because they never did perform it live. Bands like Y&T started live.
We can actually play.
And you actually can play. Hey, let's show them how you would dub in the rest of that guitar solo.
So basically, this blue right here, this is the guitar solo, and I basically muted the second half so I could say, okay, well, I didn't really like the second half when I did it. I open up a new track. I don't have to, but I do in this instance, and I've got it ready to go. And all you do to hit record is just hit the asterisk key in Cubase or Nuendo, and you're ready to go. So I'm just going to hit play, and then I'm going to hit record and start playing along.
Dave MENIKETTI from his solo album. This is Storm. Let's see. Yeah, I love it.
And then there it is. It comes up on the screen. It's done. It's done. And then
I brought, I just thought maybe I brought some of my own instruments, because I believe that I have some rock and roll talent. So if you ever needed some percussion, I could just. Hey, by the way, your wonderful wife Jill is sitting there, and we thank you, Jill, for being here and helping Dave schlep all his stuff over here. And does she put up with all of this gadget stuff?
Yes, she does.
She's a very nice person.
Actually, she's one of the rare wives that I have these giant, humongous speakers in my front room, and it's like, bigger's better. That's a wife.
She's a keeper. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Dave, it's been so much fun seeing you play and seeing what you use in your home studio to make music. You guys are performing right now. In fact, I know you're going to be up in Petaluma in a little bit.
We'll
You're
be
playing
up
in Anaheim.
Petaluma. We're playing
at the
Anaheim
House of Blues
House of Blues tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And any albums you want to tell us about?
Well, I'm working on my next solo record, and Y&T has got a new record coming out, which is previously unreleased material.
Wow. Oh, that's great.
Because we've been playing for so long, we've written all these great songs, we demoed them up, and a lot of people haven't had a chance to hear them.
What's the name of that?
Unearthed.
Unearthed
Volume 1.
Y&T Volume 1. There may be Volume 2.
There will be more.
If you want to learn more. And by the way, listen for the great bongo playing. No. If you want to learn more about turning your PC into a home recording studio, surf on over to our website, techtv.com/call for help. Dave Meniketti, great to meet you. Thank you so
Pleasure
much
to
for
be
being here. Can you just a little something to take us out?
Sure, absolutely.
Coming up next, the ability to hide the TiVo on our prize board is getting a little scary. We don't move it around. Someone's going to get it. Wired World Challenge coming up while we rock on.